Dear Monique, money, money, money. That's the only thing on my mind, Monique. I don't have enough of it, and I'm right in the middle of planning my wedding to the woman of my dreams. My parents want us to call everything off and do an AG's wedding, but I'm afraid to let my fiance down. It took me so long to get her to say yes to this. I don't want her to have more doubts about what we're getting into. What should I do? So far, y'all have been calling in and saying, you know what? Run, 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 run. You should not be getting into something that huge. It is a milestone. It is a life-changing event. If you're going to be getting into it, and you've got debt, marriage and the wedding are two totally separate things. And I'll tell you one thing about the people that are going to be attending your wedding. They're going to forget about it, and they're going to get yet another invitation card, attend yet another wedding. But the two of you, after the lights are off, the confetti, cutting the cake, you're left alone to deal with whatever decisions that you have made. This one broke my heart because I'm a lover of love. I love weddings. When everyone's jumping the broom, I'm just like, oh, this is so sweet. But when it comes to going to the AG, I think it is something that you cannot rule out. You cannot call it, like it's a cheap wedding or something. And I'm looking forward to having the ladies call in on 0719012600. Ladies, what do you think? If you were in that position as his fiance and, he says, listen, I can't afford it, darling. I can't afford that Vera Wang gown. I cannot take you around the world. We cannot have a destination wedding. I will not be able to sustain myself and sustain you. We haven't even talked about the babies yet. Oh, my goodness. And young people today are not getting married because of such things. And a lot of the callers that are called in have said, listen, get out of it. Do the AG wedding. What do you think? Why are more young people opting for this? Is it because you cannot even conversate? You cannot discuss it and say, listen, we're in this situation. All right. This is my financial status at the moment. And as we approach December, we know we're going to be having a lot of weddings. And, they're raking in the money, that particular industry right there. So if you want to call in and contribute, shout out to the ladies listening in 0719012600. I've got a tweet that has come through in regards to that conversation, so I'm going to read it. I'm going to go right ahead and read it in just a bit. But I do have a caller on the line. Good evening. How are you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm great. Who am I speaking to and where are you calling from?
Mike, Mombasa.
Yes. How is Mombasa?
Very rainy.
It's raining.
Extremely, yes.
Wow. I wouldn't want to be having a wedding on a rainy day.
Definitely not.
Yes.
Definitely
So
not.
talk to me. I've got something in my DM in regards to the wedding. If you've been tuning in, what is your contribution?
Yes. Now, my contribution is I'd advise the guy to go to the AG. However,
yes,
I also have a different kind of advice because I personally myself have been in a similar situation, but mine was a little bit different.
Yes.
Now, I was dating this lady and we're going to have a thing together.
Yes.
Now, she was very okay with the very small wedding and we were very open about it.
Yes.
Now, the issue that we had is the parents of the lady and the ones who were insisting on an extremely big wedding.
Wow.
Which made it completely impossible. So when it did not work out, I decided to walk out of the whole thing completely, and in this case, in that guy's case, because it seems like they're not in communication because you cannot open up to
absolutely.
I think either the AG or walk out of it completely.
Wow, I'm sorry about your experience, darling. That is quite something, and thank you for sharing.
That was 15 years ago.
Wow, that's a long time. You clearly moved on, and you probably made the right decision. Thank you for your feedback, Mike.
All right, anytime.
Oh, my goodness. He's saying, you know what, just leave the whole thing alone. And sometimes in pursuit of the glitz and glam, which is taken away from what weddings were supposed to be, or unions, let me call it that, you may end up missing out on the whole thing. And he brought out a very important point. Are you even communicating? There's many other decisions you're going to be making together. And can you do this if you're not talking? We've got Phyllis on the line. Good afternoon.
Hi, Monique. How are you? Good afternoon.
I'm great. Great to have you on the show. Welcome to the Spice Drive.
Thank you once again, Monique.
Yes. What do you think about my DM today?
Now, I really want to encourage my brother.
Yes.
Marriage should not be institutionalized with money factor.
Yes.
In my case, I would really advise him that either he can go to the AGs,
Yes.
or the girl can go see a priest or a pastor. He only needs a witness, 2 witnesses.
Yes.
And I'm hoping that the lady can be accommodative enough and talk to her and tell her, babe, there's not enough money to get this.
There's no
done.
money, honey.
There's no money. The economy is doing bad.
Yes.
But in the future, they can work together and they can have everything they want in this life.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's not all about money. And a young couple should really focus on investment.
Yes.
Not how much they're going to spend on a wedding.
Yes. But what do you think about young people today being discouraged about walking down the aisle? So they scrap the whole thing altogether because it's like, you know what, if I can't have a lavish wedding, if I can't impress my friends, if I can't afford that dress, as a woman, you know how it is, the pressure of having that elaborate wedding.
Because people want to do copycats.
Yes.
That you're the one who suffers. Just as you said, at the end of the day, the wedding is done. You two go to your own home.
Yes.
You're the one to incur the debt and everything else. Then you start on a very bad note and you start quarreling and you start having problems.
Yes.
Before even you start enjoying.
It opens up a totally different thing, a whole different conversation.
Exactly. So let them sit together. They analyze what is their priorities as a young couple.
Yeah.
And hopefully the lady can really understand. Because the lady, I think, ultimately, she's the woman of the house. She should understand it. She's the one who's taking care of the investment.
Exactly.
For the husband.
Exactly. Moving forward, it's a team. And if, they walk into that new phase with debt and they're bankrupt, then, everybody gets affected. It's not a one-person thing. Both of them are together in this.
Exactly. So, DM, please be encouraged. Just talk to your lady. Work things out.
Yes.
Let me tell you, a two-witness wedding is just enough.
It is just enough.
You need a whole multitude to be happy.
You are so awesome. Thank you so much, Phyllis. Thank you for calling. And of course, even if you are driving, even if you are in the office, you can tune in and let me know what you think about today's conversation. I'm going to pick up one more call. Good evening. How are you doing?
I'm good.
Who am I speaking to and where are you calling from?
My name is Ben. I'm calling from Kisumu.
Yes, how's Kisumu this evening? It is about 10 minutes to 6 p.m. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right. Kisumu is great. Looks like it might rain a little on.
Yes.
But that's okay.
That's all right, as long as you're on the Spice Drive. Well, I want you to chime in on my DM. I got this DM that just, broke my heart, because I'm a lover of love. And, you had our brother. We have to encourage him and fix this. What do you think?
Yes. Well, just like the previous lady has said, I think there's like an immense pressure on today's, youth to live in a certain way,
Yes.
I call it keeping up with the Johnsons, where nobody has their own script.
Yeah.
They're given a script or they leave a script of somebody else.
Yes.
I know for sure because I actually lost out on love because of this thing called a wedding.
Yeah.
I had a girlfriend, and she wanted like a white church wedding. I was like, okay, I'm thinking we could do things differently because by the time we were talking about this, I had bought some land. I wanted to put up a house.
Wow.
Which is going to serve us for a long time other than just a wedding that takes place a day and then that's it.
Yeah.
So I offered, the ages way. He could hear none of it. And then I was like, well, if you want the white church wedding, then I'm not going to be able to do that because my focus was on actually, putting up a house for us together.
The future.
The future. Somebody's got to take care of that. I mean, this logic it's not sensical for you to have a lavish wedding and then you can't keep up with your rent, several months down the line.
Yeah.
Or you're in such a big debt hole that you can't dig yourself out of because you wanted to please people. Just like you said, they're going to come, and then they're going to forget it, and then they're going to get more invitations coming in.
Absolutely. And they're going to take pictures and talk about you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But I think people have to just do away with that, and then, if you're in a relationship, talk to your partner. You know exactly, what you guys want, and then just find a middle ground. It's not that important. People have to get that into their head.
It's not that important. It's just
not
a
that
day.
important. Yeah.
And I like the fact
only a
that
day.
the AG is an option. It is an option, and it's still recognized as a wedding. It's still recognized as couple. You know, you are still, it's still, it doesn't take away the value of your union.
It doesn't.
I love that.
And
Thank you so much, Ben.
If you look, okay, thank you.
Thank you so much for calling in. Wow. I didn't even realize a lot of people were going through this. Thank you for those DMs. Keep sending those in. You can call in as well on 0719012600. Yes, it is the DM right here on the Spice Drive.